like I said, I'm not paying full price for a thing. Let's be frugal, period. Hello beauties. I know my eyelashes hanging on by a thread, but judge your mama. Thank you. Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla. If you're new, I film beauty, lifestyle, and travel related videos. So if that is something you're into, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell so you'll always know when I upload a new video. So in today's video, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be showing you all my palettes that I have. See the palettes and makeup collections, and these girls have enough to open up a Maxx store, which that's not the case here. So if you want to see all my palettes, just keep watching. And I pretty much divided these up into two categories. So I have my eyeshadow palettes, and then I have all my face palettes. So if anything has like more than 2 pans in it, I pretty much called it a face palette. So, or no, that sounds backwards. You know what, just let's just move on. So the first palette I have here, this is the Huda Beauty Smoky Obsessions, and this is what this looks like. Now this is kind of raggedy on the inside because this gold decided to just break on its own. I don't know why. I got this in an Ipsy, the $25 bag a minute ago, like last year sometime. So I've been having it for a minute. I pretty much only use the black out of it. I don't really reach for this palette that much anymore. The next palette I have here is this Ace Beauté Scarlet Dusk. And this is what this palette looks like on the inside. It's so pretty. It has like all these oranges and pinks and neutral warm type of colors. I did get this from a BoxyCharm, which you're gonna hear me say that a million times because BoxyCharm really be looking out with the palette. So I've only used this one time actually, and this video is actually gonna help me to start using my palettes more that I probably forgot about. So there's the benefit in that. So the next one, this is called Celestial Thunder from Domine Cosmetics, and I did get this from a BoxyCharm. It has a random array of colors in my eyes. It has a few mattes down here, then it has some glitter up top. I don't really feel like these colors, you know, go too much together, but it's still a nice palette. I reach for it every now and then. As you can see, my favorite one is the glitter up here. It's like a diamond shimmer. I really love it. Next, this is a Violet Voss Essentials Pro Series eyeshadow palette. This is another one where I don't really feel like the colors too much go together, but this is more like a fall type of palette, I feel like. Of course, BoxyCharm. I've only used this a few times. I really need to get into it a little more. Violet Voss does have some good eyeshadow, so I've heard, and that palette is pretty much no different. And I tried to clean some of these as best I could, like if I'm always reaching for them, especially the face palettes, they tend to get a little fingerprinty. So if they still look a little dusty, just bear with me because I tried to scrub it out, but it didn't do the best job. So this next one is a new palette that I got, and I used this in my last video. So this is an actual BoxyCharm palette. This is called Hello Charmer, and these are the colors that inside. These are really pretty. I love that pink glitter. I only used this once, and if you want to see what look I came up with, just go to my last video. I'll link it for you to look at. So this palette here, this is a Makeup Forever palette, and this is from, I think they're like Artistry series. So this is what this looks like. I honestly have not touched this since last year. I got this on sale from, I want to say Ulta, and it was probably like $8 or $9. So this is definitely a palette that I need to pick up a little bit more and get some use out of. Next, I have the PUR Festival palette, and I don't remember if this came from, I think this did come from a BoxyCharm. I think this came from last year around Coachella time, because this is like a Coachella themed palette. And I don't know if PUR makes too much makeup, but this was a pretty nice palette. As you can see, I dig in that gold all the time. That's one of my favorite gold shimmers to get into, as well as the pink. Next, I honestly don't touch this palette much at all, and I really want to make it a point to touch my palettes a little bit more, but it's hard. When you get your favorites, you just want to keep using the same ones over and over. So this one is from Laura Sanchez, and this is the Moods palette. Like I said, I barely ever reach for this one at all. Like, it's barely touched. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I just don't really touch it. I kind of use the neutral color, and then I use the highlight colors like in my brow bone and stuff like that, but I don't really reach for it. Next here I have the It's My Ray Ray palette from BH Cosmetics. And this is a 2-in-1 palette, so this has a face side. As you can see, I wore this powder down to the ground. They have contour and highlight shades. The highlights can be seen from outer space. They're no joke. And then we also have the eyeshadow part. So this is pretty warm and neutral, good for fall and the winter. And I got this from TJ Maxx actually, and this was only $7.99, so I had to pick that up. It was a steal, and it's a pretty good palette. Next I have the Milani Cosmetics, and this is the, what is this? The Violet, oh, I forgot what it's called. It's Violet something, guys. If I figure it out, I'll put it on the screen. But this is what this looks like. And these are the pretty shades inside. So it's pretty much like a violet, indigo, purple type of palette. I did get this for free from Buzz Agents. I got this maybe at the beginning of fall last year. I know it was kind of warm outside still when I did get that, so I really like that palette. I don't use it much though, I'm not gonna lie. Next I have the Sassy Siennas, which this is one of my favorites to go to because it's really neutral, it's pigmented, you can just swatch it on. And this is from Dose of Colors, and this is what this one looks like. And I did get this from BoxyCharm, but I really like this palette. It has these nice browns and peaches in it, and I really feel like you can pull this off winter, fall, summer, spring, whatever, just as long as you know, use it for the occasion. You don't have to go too heavy or anything, but I really, sorry, there's somebody outside the window. I really like those like burnt sienna looking colors. They're really pretty. Next I have this Butter London palette, and I don't use this one much at all either. I did get this out of a BoxyCharm. It's a cool little palette. I think I created a look with it once. It's definitely another palette. It's called the Natural Goddess palette. It's definitely another one that I need to pick up a little bit more and get some use out of it, but we working on it, girl. Next I have a Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette, and this is the, I think this is the Bling Boss palette if I'm not mistaken. And these are what the colors look like. And this is actually a good palette. Like, I know people have a lot to say about Jaclyn Hill, but this palette is really pigmented and is really nice. So I enjoy this one, and I got this from Ulta online. I really think it was on sale for like $8 or $9. It was really cheap, so I just went ahead and threw it in my cart so I can check it out. And I think I got that like last year. Last year is when I pretty much got most of my palettes. Before, I wasn't really into eyeshadow. I just did my makeup, but now I'm trying to, you know,
level up a little more. So I'm trying to get my eyeshadow game popping. I'm trying.
Next I have here the Take Me Back to Brazil palette from BH Cosmetics. And when I first got this, I reached for it a whole lot. As you can see, like, some of those I have dug into. I still use it from time to time, especially if I'm trying to create like a colorful look, but I definitely have gotten a lot of use out of this. I got this online from Ulta. I don't remember how much it was, but whenever I get stuff, it's pretty much on sale. I don't pay full price, rarely ever. If I do, I must have really wanted it. But I really like that palette. Next I have here the Morphe Brunch Babe eyeshadow palette. And I really like this palette. This is one of my favorites to go to, especially just for like an everyday look. It has some pinks and some browns, some golds and some blacks. So it's really easy for you to create a simple little look, you know. Just gotta check my face real quick. The next palette, so I did get this from like a Boxy Luxe. This is Storybook Cosmetics, and it's really cool. It looks like a book, and this is what this looks like. I'm actually wearing this eyeshadow today. You know, I used these two pinks, and then I used this purple, Then I use this sparkly pink down here. But I will say this pink up here, they're kind of dusty. So when I went to put this on my eye and then I try to go in the crease with another color, it just pretty much like brushed right off. So next time when I use it, I'm gonna try to not set my eye and see if it works. See if it still like brushes off, because I had to set my eye because my concealer creases so easily because I'm so oily, but we'll see what happens. So in the eyeshadow category, last but not least, I have my good sis, James Charles, and this is the James Charles palette. It took me a very long time to obtain this, but I was so happy when I got it. The only complaint that I have about this palette is some of the colors stain my eyelids, and I don't know if other people have those problems also. Like, they're cool, it's a good palette, I like it, whatever, but like the pinks that I have used and the red and blue like stain my eyelids, and I don't know if that's just a me thing or what, but it's like really hard to get off. But I still like the palette. It really has a lot of colors to choose from, and like people say, if you know, just get the James Charles palette and you don't get another one, you really don't need much more palettes because it has like every color you could ever need. Also got that on sale for like $23. I used points and it was on sale, so like I said, I'm not paying full price for a thing. Let's be frugal, period. Next, we're gonna move on to like the face type of palettes. I don't know why I'm doing air quotes because they are for your face, so let me just stop being weird. First up, I don't really know if you would call this a palette, but I do. This is a duo blush set. This is Tutti Frutti from Too Faced. Very pretty. I did show this in my last video as well. It has this cute, gorgeous, like sparkly fuchsia over here. Then it has this darker fuchsia on that side. I really like that. I don't really use a sparkly one much. I want to kind of use it for eyeshadow because I can't really see myself using that as blush unless I'm doing like a crazy look. Did get this from TJ Maxx, so it was discounted. Also from TJ Maxx, and I got this probably a year or two ago, I'm not sure, but this is the Aurora Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. And let me tell you, it was so hard to find one of these in TJ Maxx that was not completely destroyed. So when I found this in perfect condition, I had to snatch it up. I'm not sure how much these retail for, but I know I didn't pay the full price. It was a TJ Maxx price. I was very happy. And when I did first get this, I used this so much. But like I said, since I'm like trying out new makeup and trying to see what I like, I reach for it less, but it's still a great palette. I still reach for it from time to time when I remember. This is like a holy grail for me. Once I run out, I'm probably gonna get another one. But this is the Cover FX Perfector Face Palette. I don't know why everything is such a tongue twister, y'all. So this is what this looks like. It has blush, highlighter, finishing powder. I don't know why they call it finishing powder because it's glittery and I'll be so mad putting it all over my face. A brightener. I just use that on my brow bone that has two highlighters and a contour shade. So as you can see, I mostly use the contour shade. It's very pigmented. I'm almost hitting pan on this, but I did get this from a Boxy Luxe, like way back when I started my Boxy Charms. Next, I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is the Contour Cream Kit. And I did get this, I think I did get this from TJ Maxx actually, because when I went to Sephora on the website, it was way much more expensive than what I got this for. And I've had this for a while, so it definitely has lasted. And as you can see, like the, what is this called? Concealer is all mucky and whatever, but I get some use out of this thing. Like, I won't worn the letters off, and it's really nice. But they do sell that in Sephora. I haven't seen them in TJ Maxx in a very long time, so I would not hold my breath. If you find any, you're lucky. Maybe Marshall's, I don't know, but it's rare. The next face palette I have here, this is from REFERRAL Cosmetics. And this is something that I won from a giveaway last year, and I was able to make my own palette. So I have 2 blush shades here and 4 highlighters, best highlighters I've ever used. I have Rodeo Drive, Bali, Glazed Donut, and Pillow Talk. So yeah, if I wasn't to win that giveaway like I did, expensive. So this was free 99. So how lovely is that? Next, I have this little contour kit from Lovecraft Beauty. This did come inside of a, I actually don't know if it was BoxyCharm or Ipsy, but it was one of those guys. And yeah, I like to use this when I'm doing a light contour. I haven't touched this in a while, and really looking at it, I need to. So I'm gonna put that on my bucket list. But this is nice for a nice little powder contour where you don't want to do too much. You just want to a little, you know. Next, this is not really a palette, but since it was shaped like this, it got thrown in the mix. So this is from Shiseido. I still don't know. If you see my last video, you see I had trouble pronouncing this. So I did get this for free from Influencer. This is a powder foundation. And like I said, I just call this a palette because this is rectangular, it's big. In my eyes, it's a palette. We're gonna call it a palette. So next I have this e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette. That's what that looks like. I think I got this from Ulta. Once again, it was cheap. So it has a concealer shade, then it has all these different contour shades. Actually, I got this from Kohl's, now that I remember, because I got this during Mother's Day last year because I had to throw some in there for myself. I was getting my mommy a gift. So I really like this. As you can see, I used the darkest shade. That's the shade I dig in the most. I actually put that one today. This one is really nice. So this is from Wander Beauty. It's called Trip for Two. So it has a blush and a bronze. So it's a duo. So there's the blush and there's the bronzer. I haven't really used the bronzer. I'm trying to remember. I think I tried it out, but I used the blush a few times. The blush is called Daiquiri. It's really cute. And the bronzer is called Tulum, like Mexico, or Tulum. To be decided. I don't know. Like, I've heard people pronounce it so many different ways, but we'll see. Next, I have this Milani Cosmetics, and this is a blush trio. Don't remember if I got this from BoxyCharm or Ipsy. I'm gonna assume from BoxyCharm because I stopped my Ipsy sometime last year, so I'm gonna assume this came from BoxyCharm. I don't use this light peach one at all. I don't really touch the middle one. I mostly use the last darkest one. I want to find a way to use these other ones, maybe eyeshadow or something, but I just try to find a way to use my stuff if it's there, you know? So last but not least is this beautiful Park Princess Tarte palette. So this is a palette, unfortunately, I should have gave to my mama because I can't do anything with this. So it has highlighters and I'm guessing bronzer and contour shades, but it just doesn't work. It just, I don't know. And I just couldn't bear to get parted with this because the presentation was so pretty. So what I had started doing was using this as an eyeshadow, but it's just so beautiful. I don't know, guys. Like, I'm a hoarder, I guess, when it comes to makeup, so I have to figure something out, but you know. So anyways, that is all of my palettes, my eyeshadow palettes and my face palettes. So let me know, you know, down below, do you guys have like a palette collection? Do you collect makeup? I know you've seen collections much larger than my own, but one day I hope to get up there. But this is my little humble collection. And yeah, if you guys want to see more content like this, just comment down below, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.